Hello team, my name is Mahesh. So in this video, we are looking into another project. So in this project, we are deploying this Golang applications by using the flow of this particular the architecture diagram that I have created. So in this video, we are looking into multiple services of the AWS, as well as we are going to deploy this application to the AWS EKS service. So when the let me explain the overall the code. Let me explain the overall steps that we will cover in this video. So when the developer made a commit to the GitHub repository in this particular application Golang application, so the AWS code build or the AWS code pipeline will automatically sense there are some code change in the our version control system, and after that it will pick that change, or it will clone the repository. It will do the build action that we need to set up a build spec.yaml, as we have did in the previous videos as well. And with the build spec YAML, we need to build the entire application. And throughout this build spec, and while building the application, we can also integrate the code deploy solution onto the AWS code pipeline. So those two services, the AWS code build and the code deploy, will able to connect to the code pipeline, and throughout that we can seamlessly see when the developer made a commit, it will like sense by the AWS code pipeline. After that, the build start. After that, the entire once the build is complete, after that the deployment start, and it will automatically. I can say in our version control system, we also keeping our manifest to to deploy those applications. Basically, like when we keeping a manifest into the version control system, the Argo CD will automatically take like the version control system as I can say single source of truth. So throughout that, once the manifest get changed in the GitHub action, GitHub itself, throughout that GitHub the Argo CD will automatically sense there are some few changes in the application, the image got changed, or depending upon that, and it will automatically made the change to the EKS repository. So that is the overall flow of the application, and we will require some of the files that we will needed to run the application, to compile the Node.js application and all those things. We are also using Docker images to like we are basically using a distroless images, or we performing a multi-stage build, and throughout that we can able to implement this entire architecture. So I'll recommend, please watch this video till the end, and if you like it, make sure please do subscribe to this channel. So okay, so before we do proceed to do anything, we can just clone this repository to your either local WSL machine, or to your Ubuntu, the instance that you have. After that, what you need to do, go in it, and your repository name, the repository name you want to keep. Suppose this will be called as a. Okay, before we proceeding to build the application, we will require to clone this particular repository that are already present on my GitHub account. So throughout that, you'll see such kind of a hierarchy in the your where you have cloned the repository in the WSL, or in the instance that you have. So throughout that, what you need to do with the Go mod, you need to initialize the repository, and you can keep the repository name as it is, whatever you like. Such as this application is a short URL. So short, basically it will basically it is a short URL application which is made on a Golang. So it is saying the go.mod is already exist. But if you need to see the process, I have already built the application before. I need to remove the go.mod, and after that I just run the command again. So this will the go mod init, it will initialize the repository. After that, what you need to do, you need to do go mod init. So if you can see go.mod and go.sum. So there are two files which will keep the application dependencies. So suppose if you want to go on, so this is the application dependencies that it will require to run that particular application, as well as it will. There are multiple things cluttered on the go.sum. So the go mod tidy, it's used to like clean up that clutter. So once this is done, it will do these things. So after that, these two things are done. So if you can see, so let me do less go dot sum. You can see, sorry, go dot mod. You can see there are structured way of storing the required dependencies and all those things in this go dot mod. So it will, I can say, do beautify in the particular go dot mod, or it will like it will basically modify some changes in the go dot mod and go dot sum. So after that, once you have run initialize and do more go more tidy, you need to run the application as well. To basically, we are trying to run the application. So just go run main dot go and click enter. So it will run your application. It is running on port 8080. Let me try to run this application 102 colon 8080. Yeah, my application is successfully working. If I put anything randomly, it is saying it needs to be particularly in format with the google.com, suppose http colon slash slash google.com. So suppose I do that, it will provide me a like short URL for that application, for short URL for this particular link. So my application is working successfully as I'm expecting. So what we need to do now? We need to create a Docker image with that. So So the Docker file, which is already created, but I will show, uh, if you can go in this particular repository, you can see the Docker file is already existed there. But I would, for to get better understanding into how this thing is created, I just create another Docker file. Let me check the name. Yeah, this is correct. So Docker file, Golang. I'm just writing it from scratch because you need to understand well how the Docker its structure and how is so in this case we are using a Golang 1.23 as our application is built on 1.23, so we are using that. So as I'm using this particular keyword for to I'm just approaching for the multi-stage Docker files. To later on I will use the different distro, and after that I will copy some of the dependencies from the build. So let me create a work directory, work dir slash app. After that, I need to copy my go.mod to the applications to my app. After that, I need to run go mod download. So it will download those dependencies. So if some of those dependencies are not present in the go.mod, it will found out there are some specific dependencies that the application will require, and throughout that it will able to download that. After that, these basic things are done. What you need to do after that? You need to copy the source. The source, it will create a source file basically, and throughout the in that source file, it will keep the application code and everything. Once you run the go.build, it will create an executable file, such as in the bash script. In the basic format of the Linux, it will create an executable script or bin file, I can say, to execute that application by using the dot slash or with the simple way. So just let me do go build hyphen o main and dot. So this will build my application. After that, just I need to do from this is the second stage. If you So this is the first stage entirely that we have created. After that, I'm using the second stage, and in the second stage, I'm using a doc distroless images, distroless base image. If you feel stuck, or if you couldn't not able to understand anything, please let me know. I will just I with the suggestion I can able to improve more, and yeah, that's it only. So I just use a distroless space image because the Golang is a statically typed language. It doesn't require to use a specific compiler or something. It will just run by using the simple like dot slash keyword. I just have said. So I'm just copying from build slash app slash main. So this is the executable file. Once I run this command in my local, I'll just show it to you how it will run and how it will look. So after that, I also need to copy the build files in the not the build file. I can just say app slash static. You need to copy to that applications dot static into the applications to the dot static. So this is the thing. I need to expose the application. Expose 8080 because my application running on 8080. After that, just use a CMD to run the application. Dot slash main. So this is that much simple. So I have showed you one command to it will create a I can say binary file to execute the application using how it is done. So just let me show you to you. Go build go mod build. Sorry, the go build hyphen o main dot. So it will build my application in the executable file. And if I run this application, it will directly run my application. You can see it is listening on port 8080. So it is that simple. Just I need to copy the static. Inside the static, let me show it to you as well. So in the static itself, you can see there are index.html, which are basically to expose the application, and you will see this particular index.html page. So because of which you are using that. So this is the thing. You need to build the Docker image, Docker build -t uh, Golang short URL app colon v1, and I need to provide the path where my Docker file resides in the text. So hopefully it is saying stand go.mod doesn't exist. Fail to file is not found and not executed by the okay. So I need to copy that file and Docker file to my current directory. After that, I can just run. You can see in the Docker file, I have mentioned all the same things. Docker run, Docker build hyphen p Golang short URL app dot. So it is building my Docker image, and it is taken little time to build the Docker image and everything. It will do perform everything. So yeah, my application is successfully built. So what I have to do now, if I can see uh, uh, Docker images. So you can see here there are application created which is only 33 MB and it is created 11 seconds ago. So you have created a Docker file. You just need to I just for my information only. And just I will push this image to my Docker Hub repository. And just a second. Let me just do sign in. You can just do Docker tag your tag image, my username slash Golang, the repository name. Just let me copy the name of the repository and version of the application that we want to push, which is the latest, latest, latest. So I have just tag the image. I just need to using with this image. I just need to push that push because I have already done a Docker login. You need to run one command in the terminal itself, Docker login, and it able to authenticate with your Docker. I can say this Docker repository hub. So after that, you can able to do that Docker uh, login. Sorry about that. Authenticating my existing credentials, login succeeded. So if I have to refresh here, you can see that there are new images which is already present, which is latest. So what we have to do now, according to the diagram, we have created a Docker image. We push that Docker image, temporarily keep that Docker image to the Docker hub, and our Docker file is completely ready, and we can run the application for now. But what we have to do now, we can use this. We can to deploy the applications to the Kubernetes clusters. We need several things, such as we need a deployment, we need an ingress, we need a service. So there are few things we will require to do. So let me open a folder. Um, yeah, I have just opened a folder and let me deployment.yaml. So I just need a deployment.yaml from the Google and just keep. If you can use if you can use the such templates and you can use the such things, you can easily able to you can easily able to do the things. Such as this is a we don't need to use the metadata name as a Nginx deployment. We are using the short URL app. So I'm just copying this and label will be the same. The matching selector will be the same and template will be the same. I can put the Nginx name as whatever I want, short URL. The Nginx image, the image I have put in the uh, Docker Hub itself. I just need that here and colon latest port number 8080. It is that simple. You have created your deployments.yaml and there is no spelling mistake. You need to use the URL. Yeah, here also. Yeah, it is that simple. You have created your deployment file. After that, what? Okay, deployment short URL dot app. Everything looks good to me. Yeah, the deployment file has successfully created. After that, what you have to do? You have to so just for my information itself, I'm also providing the resource limitations. So how you can do that? You can just add the email below the email. You can mention as resources colon uh, memory colon in double quotes 128 MI and CPU 500 minutes 500 milliseconds. Sorry. So I just put resource limitations on this, and I will require three replicas of the application. So my I can say short URL application has been successfully running. As the short URL application deployment file is done. After that, I need a service.yaml. So in the service.yaml, I just need a service YAML in Kubernetes. It is that simple. You just need to use the templates that are already present in the kubernetes.io page, and throughout that you can easily do modifications in that, and you can easily made the change in that, and you can easily able to use the same. So this is the um, template that I have. I'm not using a target node port, so let me remove this node port. I'm not using it. I'm using the load balancer service. Load balancer, the spelling mistake has done. Yeah, my service. I need to reference my service here. Uh, Metadata will be service and my application. The for this particular selector itself, this is I need to use this my particular application and the port I'm exposing 8080. Target port will be 8080. The service has also created. After that, we need to use the ingress.yaml. So ingress if you could not able to understand this, I will create a dedicated video separately on this. What is the ingress and what is services in Kubernetes, and I have a plan to do that as well. But allow me some time. We can definitely able to do that. So this is the minimal ingress dot template that we have. Uh, we need to change some annotations to reference our application. Metadata will be the short URL application. Target will be slash, no issue on that. Class name engine, the class name will be application load balancer ALB, and the rules will be the same slash prefix test. Name of the service will be the service name that we have. Uh, the service name, which is the short URL dot application. So let me do the extra spacing. Yeah, 4 and 4 number 880. So we need to add two annotations here. As uh, as we uh, as we deploy these ingress resources, we will require to use we will require to use a it needs to be provisioned the I can say the application load balancer automatically for us. So there is an annotation for it, which is the ALB ingress kubernetes.io kubernetes.io. Yeah, it will be the application load balancer will internet facing and it will route the traffic to the IP and this particular port with a particular service. So the ingress is also done. So as you can see the same files in the Kubernetes manifest.yaml. You don't need to change anything. If you don't want to use the application, you can directly go there and toggle throughout from there. After that, we don't need to do anything. Just go on your application, and we need to add one framework called Gin. So in the code in the application that we have run, we will require one I can say basically it is a like a library, or there is a something we need to add. Go get github.com/in go gonic/git. So basically, this is a library for WebSockets and all those things, but I don't remember that at this point. So we need to add this library with the go get and this particular library. So this is done, and after that, what you have to do after the ingress is created and all those things are created, you need to uh, you need to create a EKS cluster for us. So for that, you will require some another plugins and another tools that you need to install before you are creating a EKS cluster on your on your AWS itself. You need a EKS ECTL, AWS CLI, and kubectl. As you are required three separate uh, you can say dependencies that you have and that you need to install. So yeah, so so what we have to do now? We need to create we need to install some prerequisites to create a Kubernetes cluster, and after that we will do the rest of the things as per the diagram that we have created. Before that, we are creating a Kubernetes cluster. We are deploying our resources that are already that we have created, such as the ingress, the deployment, and the pod. We will test out those three things. In the Kubernetes itself, we will deploy the Argo CD in the Kubernetes itself, and after that, we will set up the entire pipeline and all the things in the last part. So what we have to do now, we need to install the EKSCTL first. So just go ahead, EKSCTL install. Search for this, just go on the first link, and after that, you just need to copy paste all those things in your terminal. So after that, once you have done all those three things, the EKSCTL will be get installed on your machine. So just wait for some time. Yeah, so how the EKSCTL is installed. After that, you need a kubectl. Kubectl. and the last one is the AWS CLI. So three main the three main things that you need to install. Go on to tools. After that, just type kubectl install, and you can install from here itself. So for the Linux, and you just need to copy paste few commands that are present on this present on this manual page kubernetes.io. So just copy paste all those things. Yeah. So I copy pasted that thing again. I need to do some like I need to, as per the instructions that are present on this machine. So present on this page, I'm just installing the kubectl by it. So just wait for some time. Yeah. So I'm just validating this is optional thing. And after that, I just need to do I need to validate against the kubectl library. So kubectl is the command to check out that. After that, just install the kubectl. You need to now you can see kubectl is installed. After that, eksctl is also installed, and the AWS CLI unit installed. So AWS-CLI, and before that, APD I can get installed. AWS CLI not found. Okay. Now the AWS CLI is already installed. AWS configure. With AWS configure, you need to configure your server with the key with the access key and the access key that you have. So just let me first log into my first log into my server. After that, just go on I am your user and check out the access key which are present over here. It is correct or not. So just go on users, admin version true, security credentials, and access keys. So this is a not invalid access key. Just need to go on the create access key. AWS command line interface. Click on next. Create access key. So this is your access key, and this is your secret access key. Your region AP South one, and default format will be region. So AWS S3 LS. This will list out the buckets that you have. Hyphen profile default. There will be no there is no such S3 buckets are created by default. So in my account itself, I mean to say. So this is done. So what we can do now, we can just create a Kubernetes cluster. Yeah. To create a Kubernetes cluster, you have one command eksctl create a cluster name demo cluster demo eks cluster region, the region which are closest to me, region AP South 1 node, the node count that I will require AP South 1 node nodes hyphen 3 node type t2 dot medium. So this will create my Kubernetes cluster, and it will attach the uh, it will create my Kubernetes cluster, and it will be it will create a node group as well, and in that node group it will create a three EC2 instance with the size of t2 dot medium. So just click enter. It is saying invalid access key, no issue on that. So uh, yeah. So I just put a profile hyphen default. If you're facing this issue, you just do add a profile hyphen default, and it has started to create my cluster. So how do you like how do you check out that it will create throughout a cloud formation that you have? You can check from the cloud formation. So inside a cloud formation, you will see the template, the creating a Kubernetes cluster, and inside this template, you will see the entire thing, which is currently creating, and which will basically you will get the in and out, the the here what is the running, So you can get the same output here as well. So in the GUI. So this will take a little time, mostly hardly take a 20-25 minutes. And after this has been done, we can get back. Okay, my cluster Kubernetes cluster has successfully created, as you can see in this section. So the Kubernetes cluster is successfully created as a demo EKS cluster and the AP South 1 region. So it has added three nodes, two subnets, as well as it has created a node group for me. So all those things are created by default. So let's do one testing, which is not recommended to do, but for me to do test on the Kubernetes cluster, my cluster is running successfully or not. So I'm just doing one thing, kubectl get pods. So I will get the error. I will get the error because I haven't added the context in my in my file kubectl in my kube context file. So just let me add this. Okay, my with the with this command, AWS EKS update kubeconfig, the region that I have provided, the name of the cluster and the profile, which is my AWS profile. So if I do kubectl get pods, so I will get the output of my pods. So let me see kubectl get pods hyphen a. So it is saying invalid API version client. Okay, there are some issue in the API version. Actually, I'm getting some errors related to the library, which is present in my cube.config file. So let me go in that for file itself, cube config. So in here, I just need to update my I can say API version from the alpha version 1 alpha to beta or something. So let me check the version invalid API version. So let me update with this one, the client library beta 1. Okay, so let's try now to still get pause. Okay, still I'm getting that same error. So let me go on my on here. If you can see, both things are created. Just open. Let me open the Cloud Shell, and inside the Cloud Shell mode, I just do the required things that we will require. So this, yeah, it is preparing my terminal. After that, just let me update the size of it. Yeah, kubectl get pods. So I just need to update my configuration in the same as it is in my virtual machine. So let me copy paste all those things that I will require. IP South 1, default output format will be JSON. So let's try to update the kubeconfig file now. So this is the command to update the kubeconfig file. Just let me copy and paste this to here, and this will update my kubeconfig file. So kubectl get pods. If I do this, I'll get there is no there is a default name there is no in the default namespace. So if I do hyphen a, I'll get the pods which are already running, which are in the kube system namespace. In the kube system namespace, the all the necessary Kubernetes things that are necessary to run the Kubernetes smoothly, such as the node, the credentials, the DNS proxy, and entire thing, the daemon set, and all those things are running in the kube system namespaces. So what we have to do now? We have did this. So let me go on the AKS cluster. I need to test my compute section. So in my compute section, this is a node which I have right now, and you will see there is a one security group which is already created. So let me check uh, in the let me check the details in the group name. Let me see that if I can able to find out on the nodes. Just click on any node. With this, there is one security group which is already attached. The pods, labels, key warnings. So this is all about the observability part, or we can say uh, this is all about this is this the data represents the the things which are deployed onto that, basically you are seeing the events that are happening in that particular node. So you can also do that in the section itself. So let me go and create go on EC2 tab. In the EC2 section, there is one option called um, the cloud shell, which is already open here. I don't need to open again here. So let me click on any of the node, and in the security group section itself, inside the subnet, inside the security, there is one security group which is already created. So let me see that security group in the not here. I'm just in the policy section. I need a security group. So this is my security groups which are already created for me, and I need to allow all the traffic. In my case, my traffic, all the traffic are allowed to the security group. So there are multiple groups which are created. Because cluster demo 17. Okay. So in this here, I just need to add the inbound rule, which is all traffic from anywhere the IPv4. So this is it is saying it is anywhere from IPv4. Yes, I'm fine with that. I've updated it. So let's deploy our application to this particular shell. So what we have to do now, we need to clone our repository, git clone, and we need to clone this particular repository to that paste. So it is cloning. After that, you just go on the short URL Golang application. In that, what you have to do, just go on the Kubernetes section. So in this, you need to apply the Kubernetes files. So kubectl. So the resources will be created, such as your ingress service and the pods, so the deployments. Kubectl apply -f dot slash Kubernetes, the manifest. So this will apply all the resources, and as you can see in the Go application, it is saying there are some issue related to the Argo project. Okay, no issue. That file meant to be for the different purpose. So let me copy that file to the uh, or the move that file to the different folder. I'll just explain that file later on. So go applications to the 10. So let's try now. Yeah, the resources are created. So just do kubectl get pods. So you'll get three pods which are already running. So kubectl get service. So there is one service which is running as a load balancer. So if I go on this particular link, I can go open in new tab, and after that just go on the 8080 port. So colon 8080. So this, as you can see, the URL shortener is already working in this particular URL itself. So my application is successfully able to run on the Kubernetes server itself. So what we have to do now, just go on the Cloud Shell itself. After that, this thing is done. So let me see the ingress resources are created or not. So kubectl get ing for the ingress. As you can see, the application load balancer, which are the resources, the I can say the ingress resource are created, but there is no address to access that particular thing. So what we have to do now, if you can go in this particular link, you need to. I'll just upload. I'll just paste the link in the description. You can just copy from there. You need to use these links to apply AWS load balancer controller. So once you apply this load balancer controller, you'll get that address, and this load balancer controller will automatically create a load balancer service for you. So this is the thing. So what you need to do now? You need to install the helm. So yeah, install helm. Okay, there is no package missing. HELM. So there is some simple commands throughout that you can able to install the helm. So there are three commands. Let me just copy paste the entirely and paste it over here. So paste. I get that. Chmod 700 to get helm.sh.helm. So this will install the Helm package for me, and I need to do, yeah, the Helm is successfully installed. So what I have to do, I need to apply this particular in the load balancer controller to my Kubernetes cluster. So before that, what we have to do, we need to use the OIDC, the Open Authentication. So for that, we need to add some libraries in it. So just a second. So just do in the Cloud Shell itself, because I have access to that. EK, EKCID, the EKCTL is not installed. We need to install it again. EKCTL. Okay, the EKCTL is successfully installed. Now do EKCTL utils. Sorry, EKCTL utils hyphen associate IAM hyphen OIDC hyphen provider. This is basically for the authentication of the servers. So you are using that region AP South 1, and we need to update some few other details as well, such as the region is done and the happening cluster demo VKS cluster hyphen approve. So this will add the OIDC. Is the OIDC is successfully added. So what we have to do now, we need to add the IAM policy. The IAM policy which will require to basically associate this OIDC provider to basically for the OIDC provider, as you can see, we are creating IAM provider, and basically this is a act as a service account, and you will create a policy that are already present. Basically, the policy which are already available on this link, you will copy this policy and apply to your the load balancer policy. After that, this load balancer policy we will apply to the service account, and throughout the service account you will create the rest of the things. So uh, so just a second. Yeah. So what you have to do, you just need to copy paste this command and paste on your terminal. So just paste it over here. So it will download the IAM policy for you. After that, you just need to create a policy. Just a second. With this command, which are already provided, you can see on here, ecstitle create policy. You just need to copy and paste. Paste the thing entirely and just paste it. So this will create a AWS load balancer policy for us. After that, you need to create IAM account. Basically, it will be a service account for us. And throughout this service account, just let me update few details and uh, demo EKS cluster. In the cube system namespace, the name, the service account ID, and the service account ID. Yeah, so let me paste it. It is saying account ID. So I just need to add my account ID. So just a second, I will get that account ID from here in the AWS section, account ID, copy, and I need to paste it here. So basically, I'm creating a load. I'm attaching a load policy to the load balancer. So just a second. Let me give a second. Yeah, I'm attaching that policy to the that particular uh, I'm creating a service account and I will apply the policy to that service account. So just basically it will take a little time and just a second. It is saying deploying a EKS stack. IAM account, cube system namespace for the load balancer control. Okay. Yeah, it has been created. Oops, it has get rewards. Everything looks good to me. I don't override. So this is your application, load balancer URL. This is your replica set, and yeah, everything looks good to me. What we have to do again, we go on this particular link, add the I can say the EKSCTL chart, and we need to install the controller for now. So just add the repository, uh, help update repo. Sorry, the repo update. I'm sorry. So this will update my repository. After that, just do helm install and the cluster policy, and you need to fill some details. Helm install AWS load balancer controller. The cluster name, the cl the cluster name will be the demo EKS cluster hyphen cube system namespace service account false. The set service account will be the AWS load balancer controller. Just click on enter. It will install the EKS controller for us, and you will see it is saying it has been successfully deployed. So kubectl get pods, kubectl get ingress. So you'll see in the ingress section, you will see the address get added. So just allow it some time. So kubectl get pods hyphen n cube system. So my pod is successfully running, and if I see the ingress, I need to see the address. Yeah, correct. So I can able to reach to that address. Let me check now. Yeah. So let me copy the things and open the link. Not here. Just okay. I made something issue. Just let me open the shell again. Yeah. So let me copy this link and open it to the another tab. So I'm just checking my application is my ingress controller will successfully forward the traffic to the service or not. Uh, so port number will be 8080. My application is running on port 8080, right? So okay, it will take a little time. Sometimes it will require to provision a load balancer for you. So it will take a little time. Just allow it some time, and you will see the output. It is saying it is currently in the provision stage. So there are two load balancers. First of all, the pod that you have created, it has created a load balancer, and basically the service that you have created, it has created the load balancer. And after this, there is a provisioning. There is another one which is provisioning right now. So you need to do one change in the okay, SVC. So I'm just doing one change in my short URL dot application. So just let me copy this, copy and paste. kubectl edit svc short URL dot app. So I'm in that application. So just what I have to do in the type itself, I just move the type to the node port. I don't need to use the load balancer service for the two node port. Control O, enter by X. So kubectl get svc. So it will be converted to the node port. Yeah, it is running on the node port. After this, once my load balancer will get provisioned, I can able to see my application is running successfully. So just wait for a second. My load balancer is in an active stage right now. If I do, yeah, as you can see, my URL shortener application is running successfully. If I do http google.com, it will be running, it will run successfully.